All right, Mackey and Judd, the after show. If Judd gets into the picture here.
Here it comes. Hey, everybody.
Bust out that sporting news
Hold
again
on a second.
here.
Charlie Sheen or no? Sure.
But Charlie Sheen, I feel like Charlie Sheen would have another button and probably the undershirt gone.
Yeah. Really, no undershirt?
It takes a real confident man to rock the no undershirt look with a button-up shirt.
If I expose the chest hair, it's going to get ugly. Look at all that.
Well, that's a lot of that's aggressive.
That's why I don't do it.
Have you ever shaved your chest before?
No.
Like not once in your life you've ever shaved your chest.
No. Why would I? That's gross.
Really? I'm just wondering. You've been around for like a half a century and you've never once shaved your chest.
This hair is all from 1969.
So you must have been crappy on the swim team in junior high.
It's all original hair. Yeah. Yes. What's going on? What do we got?
Let's go back to the Sporting News article we talked about earlier. Sporting News hates the Vikings.
Regional cover, Kansas City Chiefs.
Old school paperback version here, too.
Not paperback, it's just a periodical. Anyway, yes.
What did they say about the Vikings? Where'd they rank them?
2014 predictions.
I take issue with this.
As you can see right here, Sporting News predictions. They have the Vikings 4th in the division, Green Bay 1st in the NFC North, Chicago, Detroit, and then the Vikings. So last place. But, Phil, this is what I found more intriguing we talked about today on the show. The power rankings projections. The Vikings, 28th. Jacksonville, Tennessee, Cleveland, and Oakland, the only teams behind the Vikings. I actually think I might take more issue with the power rankings because 28th seems pretty low. It seems like they completely looked at the Vikings last year and said, okay, we're just going to project this instead of every year, and we discussed this, every year in this league, there's what? At least 4 teams that swing, right? 2 teams swing back, 2 teams swing up.
Last year, the Chiefs went from 2 wins to whatever it was, 11 wins. And the other way, the Falcons, the Redskins, the Vikings all came tumbling down. The Panthers went from whatever it was, 4 or 5 wins, 4-12, up to one of the best teams in the NFC.
Atlanta went in the toilet last year. Mm-hmm. Washington went backwards. And it's not that we're Vikings apologists or homers, because we're definitely not. But the fact is...
We're hometown guys.
Not homers.
But we're not homers.
But the fact is, if you look at the Vikings' defensive changes, if you look at the fact that Christian Ponder is going to get nowhere near the quarterback position, I think there's enough to say the Vikings, I would say right now, are 20th or so.
Yeah, well, what's the prep? So this isn't the first national publication that's kind of crapped on the Vikings.
Right.
And listen, I think you and I are both... if the Vikings were going to be bad, you and I would be sitting here saying... Yeah, they're probably going to be bad. Mm-hmm. They might be bad, but the national media looks at the defense last year, which was atrocious, and the quarterback situation, and they see Matt Castle and its uncertainty, and they're still kind of blending in how bad Christian Ponder was.
Right.
And they're saying that's a team without a quarterback. It's a team with a crappy defense.
Right.
They're going to be one of the 5 worst teams in the NFL. If you dig deeper and look in, as my G-Chat pops up here.
You're very popular.
Your defense has a completely different team. Yeah, if my mom calls and we have to cancel this again, I'm sorry.
Did you tell her not to call it this time?
No, it's okay. After the show, it's fine.
I'm sure your mother's a dear lady, but right after the show when we're doing the after show.
Well, she wants to know what lunch she wants to have to pack for me tomorrow, and what outfit to pick out.
You get hot lunch? I used to get hot lunch. My mom would send me with hot lunch, and all the other kids were jealous because they had peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
I was a huge hot lunch guy, but I'm going to say something controversial. I was never a big Italian dunkers guy. I was a big chicken patty guy. Did you guys have Italian dunkers in school?
Well, wait. You probably got hot lunch at school. No, I'm talking about I was sent with lunch. We very rarely
your parents made you hot lunch?
Yeah, my mom would send me with a jug of soup and stuff. It was delicious.
But you guys didn't get hot lunch at school?
We got hot lunch on Fridays, 6 times a year. But at St. Teresa and Deep Haven in the 70s, we did not get a consistent hot lunch at that time. So we actually, get this, we had to bring our lunch and we ate in the classroom. Major violation health code-wise.
That's old school, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I would guess the chicken patties that I was eating in elementary school, that's a major violation health-wise.
Now, my understanding is school food has taken a huge upgrade. Is that correct?
I haven't eaten at a school in a while. How many elementary schools have you eaten at lately, Judd?
Gotta go.
Anyways, back to Vikings before we wrap this up.
Yeah, very quick. After show's running along.
The national media sees a defense that's crappy. What I see is a quarterback situation that's not nearly as bad as what everyone thinks nationally, because you got all these weapons around Castle or Bridgewater, whoever starts. Yep. And defensively, you got Captain Marlin, you've got Linval Joseph as new additions, you got a better coaching staff, a better scheme, you got a healthy Harrison Smith. There are question marks, but to be 28th in the league, this is a borderline playoff team to me. Maybe I'm delusional, but
I don't know about that. But here's what. Okay, let's take the Vikings out of the equation for 1 second, and I'll give you the 2 teams that when I read these rankings, sort of, it credibility-wise goes away a little bit. They've got Atlanta 24th. Atlanta had a really bad season, but Atlanta should be good. Okay, they're 24th.
2 fantastic receivers, a fantastic quarterback.
And then they've got the Jets and Kansas City 15, 16. If I'm them, I take one of those 2 teams, the Jets, and move them way back. And there's when you do these power rankings in this league, if I get you to predict before season starts, baseball, NBA, hockey, and football, the NFL is the toughest. You can't. You've got to take some gambles on teams that are going to get better and get worse. And like I said, to me, it's at least 4 teams. 2 will get a lot better. 2 will get a lot worse, and it's going to happen every year.
How do you put the Vikings below the Buffalo Bills?
I know, that's what I'm saying.
The Buffalo Bills?
I know. Well, how about Tampa Bay? Tampa Bay is 25th on this list.
Yeah.
Do you think Tampa Bay is a better organization right now than the Vikings?
Yeah, this is all. There's some talent on Tampa Bay.
Atlanta shouldn't be 24th. They should be higher.
Yeah.
It's a very...
Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe we're being homers, but...
And there's 2 teams. Okay, there's 2 teams here, though, that could move up. Atlanta for sure. Houston had a terrible season, but Houston went into last season as, by some, a Super Bowl favorite. They're 21st. So...
Yeah, this seems like a very hastily put together. Yeah. Although I do like their prediction of Indianapolis getting to the Super Bowl. That's kind of a bold pick that makes some sense. Yeah.
They have San Francisco over the Colts in the Super Bowl. Yeah, the Colts I can see. Andrew Luck's a good quarterback and he's going to break through big time. I think he's going to go from being very good to being great.
I do too.
But San Francisco seems sort of lazy to me too.
Well, this has been great, but I know they've got cheesy bread at the elementary school down the street, and Judd's hungry, so we got to go.